Okay, welcome to the Car Crash Practical. This is the first of 3 trauma units for stage and film makeup. Um, there is a tutorial posted in the YouTube channel of me doing this on myself, but here are the guidelines for the assignment. So you want to go ahead and watch and practice the trauma, cuts, and bruises videos from my YouTube channel. There's 3. There's one that focuses on bruises and scar wax, one that focuses on creating latex cuts directly on the face, and then one that focuses on pre-making them beforehand, and then you would later glue them to your face. For this project, you need 5 research photos and your standard face chart. We want to look for real injuries, not makeup injuries. So you'll be surprised at how good some of the moulage, which is the name for like trauma makeup, injuries are on the internet. So try to look for ones that are real injuries because you'll notice they look different. Like fake makeup and good makeup and real injuries are very different. I want you to try using the scar wax and the latex in some form or another, whether that's for a cut or whatever you're going to use it for. You can use it for whatever you'd like, but I'd like you to try to use both. And we're looking for 3 fresh injuries. So these should be obtained within maybe, the last 24 hours in the theory. So the 3 projects we have in the trauma unit are the car crash, the pirate, and the zombie. And the car crash focuses on fresh trauma. The pirate focuses on scars and skin damage, and the zombie focuses on just being as gross and weird as we want to be. Having said that, I call this one the car crash. This could be anything. This could be I got in a knife fight. This could be you could have bullet wounds, knife cuts. It could be I was attacked by a wolf, and that's how I got in a car crash. Or however, whatever kind of fresh injuries you want to use is totally fine. Car crash is just like the easiest way to couch the unit. So you have to have 3 fresh injuries. You need to use scar wax and latex on separate injuries, and you need at least 1 bruise. And for this, a black eye counts as a bruise. I don't know why there's a quote mark there. And a bruise counts as an injury. So 3 injuries, you can have as many as you want, but I want at least 3 injuries. So the bare minimum for this assignment would be a scar wax injury, a latex injury, and a bruise injury. So that's that. To talk a little bit about what some of these things look like. This is a broken nose. As you can see, the nose line gets off center. So this is really easy to do with some scar wax and a little bit of bruising for paint. You can see his whole nose is swollen, and that can be one of the hardest things to recreate with makeup is swelling. You really need prosthetics to do that, but the scar wax gives you at least the kicked out broken nose, and my tutorial shows you how to do that a little bit. Black eye, here's another one that's hard to do. So an actual black eye gets pretty swollen. So it's hard to do a black eye without that, but you can try to mimic that with our painting. Like if you paint darker here and then a lighter color here where the shadow is. And here's one that's a little bit older. This might actually be fake, I'm not sure. But you can see older bruises, the swelling's gone away, and so that's just the blood pooled in the eye socket area. You'll notice with black eyes, the blood really pools in that same C-shaped zone that we focus on in old age. That's where the blood's going to pool when you get a black eye as well. And it's going to be really, really dark. But bruises as they age, you see you've got the dark purple and then the red and then this yellow color. And you can't identify it individually, but I promise that green color in your bruise wheel will help kind of balance all that out. So that's black eye. And then you could have bruising anywhere else on your face as well. Like with the broken nose, there's a little bit of bruising right here. Fat lip, so that this poor little child. So fat lip is another one that's caused by swelling. So there's often bruising associated with it as well, and sometimes a tiny bit of blood. But I recommend, instead of just trying to do that, get some scar wax and try to shape your lip up a little bit bigger. The scar wax is non-toxic, so it's okay to put on your lip. Fresh cuts and bruises, so you can have scrape type cuts and bruises, which are pretty easy to do with a little bit of paint and a little bit of blood. And then actual open glass type cuts, which fresh cuts look pretty neat and clean. It's just this sort of she's got some blood around here. I believe this is real. She cut herself, I think, with a wine glass. I don't know how she did that, but I'm proud of her. So you can see it's a pretty clean looking cut. And just fair warning, as many of you are probably noticing at this point, don't do this project on a light stomach and the future projects on a light stomach, because some of the stuff some of the research can be pretty gross. So yeah, that's a fresh cut. So doing something like that would be good. If you're allergic to latex, contact me directly, and I'll talk to you about the alternatives for that. I know one of you has contacted me already and gotten the 3D gel, which is going to work differently. So we'll have to practice with that. But it will definitely make fresh cuts just fine. And that's the end of it. So it's pretty simple, but it may take you a little while. One of the questions people ask often is, do I put foundation on first? And the answer is no, absolutely not. Do not put foundation on before you glue stuff to your face. The foundation will make it slide off. So clean face, put on the scar wax, put on the latex, powder all that stuff, and then put on your foundation and paint your face with your makeup, not the face paint. So that is the car crash unit, and I look forward to seeing you guys in class.